from Studio A at 1 Biloxi Square in Fort Worth, Texas.
By God.
Welcome in. This is the Grandpa and Pappy Show as we celebrate a huge win last night by the Baylor Bears.
Son.
Congratulations to Baylor, the first Big 12 basketball team to win a national championship since Kansas. And it's been a long, dry spell, Pappy, but them boys came to play.
They brought their A game last night.
We have got
to
give kudos to the Baylor Bears, the whole team, the coach. Man, they were ready to play, and what a fun game to watch, too.
That's a great achievement because they were not only romping and rolling, but they was going head to head with an undefeated team.
Yes, sir.
Which is hard to achieve in basketball.
Absolutely, and they beat Gonzaga beat some big time teams this year. So
they got their Gonzaga asses spanked last night.
They did
for sure.
that. And they did that for sure.
Way to go, Bears! Much congrats.
Still, things going on down at the border.
Man.
Immigrants coming across faster than we can count them.
173,000 last month is what I saw on the news, and I bet that's a low number. I bet it is.
I'm right there with you. I think that is a low number.
Probably more like 500,000.
Yeah, because there are some sneaking in further down the river that they don't have the personnel to guard against.
Sneaking in, hell.
The coyotes and stuff like that.
They're holding the gate open for them,
yeah,
you know.
They sure are.
Their cornbread hell is up with that.
Holy mackerel. Man. Still no Vice President Harris at the border to take a look at it firsthand.
She ain't stupid, I guess.
Well,
not that stupid anyway.
Well,
I've been down on that border and seen what happens, and it was way before any big crisis come about, you know.
Right.
Which it's always been there.
Sure.
It's always been there. So.
But now they have the welcome mat out, so
yeah,
that's another thing.
You don't even have to wipe your feet before you come in, boys.
Yeah, and that leads us up to today's question, which was posed to us by Julie Thomas. And Julie, thank you very much. She's a new subscriber.
Yeah, welcome aboard, kiddo.
Absolutely, but she just simply asked, can we survive 4 years of Biden?
A lot of participation on this subject.
Yes, it was. A lot of some great comments. And, of course, the Grandpa and Pappy Show ensures that you, the people, have your voice heard on any subject that is posed. And good or bad, we're going to tell you all about it. And
we don't have to like it.
Share your opinions.
Then again, you don't have to like ours either, but just respect it. You know?
Yeah, that's the beauty of this beautiful country of ours.
Yep.
You do have that freedom of speech, even though they're trying to take it away from you. But anyway, today's subject, can we survive 4 years of Biden? Julie Thomas, thanks once again for that. Let's take a look and dive right in to what you, the people, had to say about surviving 4 years of the Joe Biden administration. Bob Baker said, we survived 4 years of Jimmy Carter and 8 years of Barack Obama. Yeah. I'm sure we'll survive 4 years of Joe Biden.
Not to mention you left out the Clintons. So.
Yeah, but what can I say?
I paid the dry cleaning bill. What's the big fuss?
What can you say? That's it.
Russ Curlin up in Wyoming told us no. It's already gone so far that I don't know if we'll ever get it back. Mark Green agreed with Russell by saying, boy, you nailed that one. I think it will, but it won't be in our lifetime.
Yeah, I heard that. Julie Thomas, who suggested today's question, said, I only asked this because of what I see him and the Democrats doing every day. They are single-handedly tearing at the very fabric that has made America great.
Yeah.
They're worrying about everything except what they need to be tackling. Things like overspending, the border crisis, counterculture, and much more are getting overlooked in favor of worrying about voting laws, eliminating Republican congressmen, and wiping out Trump's great policies. I was wondering if I was the only one asking themselves this question.
No.
Julie, I can assure you,
Oh, boy.
you are not the only one asking this question.
You need to come out to the smokers lounge with us. You'll hear a whole lot of that talk going on.
Oh,
And I was
boy.
reading, I guess it was this morning. I don't know. I'm still in a fog. But where China and Iran are getting in bed together. So
Yes, I saw that.
makes me wonder what the hell they're up to.
Yeah, and that makes me nervous.
As if we don't know.
That just makes
Oh,
me
boy.
really nervous.
John Bossy said an emphatic no. I've always thought we could survive anyone, but if the first 60 days are an example, our nation is in trouble. So I agree with you, John. Well
John,
said.
I'm right there with you on that
Yes,
one.
sir.
Marty Blackwell Briscoe told us that Biden is selling and doing away with everything we are every day.
Yep.
Time is ticking. David Lucas and Melinda Tatum both said, nope, we won't survive.
And I'm kind of inclined, this is kind of where I'm at with Penny Steele here. She said, yes, we can, but we're in big trouble. But I believe we can survive. Americans are capable of amazing things. I still believe that when the chips are down, we will come together for the sake of our country. It is our home.
It is our home.
I like the way you think, Penny.
Yeah, and those are really good thoughts, Penny. I will tell you, but
Just hope they come
man,
to pass.
I just hope they don't pass so many laws that it's going to be hard to get back to where we are as a country.
Well, it's so screwed up now. We don't know what good laws or bad laws are all about anymore.
Well, yeah, you're correct. I believe that.
Yes, sir.
Mitch Wood said, nope, won't survive, not a chance in hell. Jerry Blum told us, I don't think we will, but Chris Schomburg says we will survive, but the damage will be intense.
Absolutely. Tracy Sanchez said the answer is that Biden will get dementia. Kamala will take over, and then no, we will not survive. She will do. She will
Why
do.
is that Gloria Gaynor song coming into my head? We will survive!
That's right. She'll do everything in her power to bring us down. Thanks. That is my opinion.
Yeah, it's a
Well
good one.
received and well respected, Tracy.
Good job, Tracy.
Yep.
Corey Banning said that it's a tricky question, but if his first 60 days in office is an indication, then we're definitely in trouble.
Yep.
Take his border crisis situation. Just when we were getting a handle on the coronavirus, he goes and lets in thousands of illegals who are infected with it. Where is the sense in that? So, if this is an indication of how he is going to make decisions, then yes, we are in serious trouble.
Absolutely, Corey. That's what I lovingly call a agenda.
That deserves one of them big old
By gods. Leanne Williams Logan and Jerry Williamson both said no, we won't. Kimberly Smith Hogg said, I hope so, but Biden is the worst thing America has ever seen, so I don't know. It makes me very afraid.
You're not the only one, Leanna.
Yeah. Don't be scared.
I'm telling you.
Just bow up.
James Rainey said, how can Democrats just sit there and let this administration destroy our country? Don't they have any patriotism and pride in their veins? I just wonder if there are any Democrats regretting putting this guy and his cronies in office.
There's a whole mess of them, I would imagine.
I would like to think that, Pappy. I really would, that some of these Democrats are just very embarrassed at what's going on right now with their president. So I don't know. It's crazy.
It's kind of a situation to where you don't leave the schoolyard, you get your ass kicked. If you'd have just left and gone home, everything would have been okay, you know.
Just turn around and leave, you know.
That's right.
Hey, we're going to take a brief time out.
Yeah.
And we come back, we'll be talking a little bit more. Can we survive 4 years of Joe Biden?
Right
First,
after this.
let's take a look at this.
When selling your home, your personal style may not be for everyone. But with a RE/MAX agent, they've got the skills to help more buyers see its true potential.
Who was that cowboy? Was that you?
No, that wasn't me. That
You
was
need
not
to
me.
lower the brim on your head a little bit there,
Well, welcome back, everybody. If you're
Yeah.
just now joining us, our question of the day today was posed to us by Julie Thomas,
Yeah.
one of our new subscribers to the Grandpa and Pappy Show.
Salute.
And she just asked a simple question. Can we survive 4 years of Joe Biden and his administration? And there's been some good opinion shared with Pappy and I so far. Let's get right back to him so that your voice can be
Kind
heard.
of like this and what old Skip Starkey said. He said, no, they'll ruin us in 4 years. Mike Tanner said, yep, we'll make it, but it won't be much fun. And Kim Stonecipher Morgan simply said, nope.
Yeah. It's going to be a bumpy ride, as they say
It
in the
is.
rodeo business.
Better let some air out of your tires. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
Yes, it is. Charlie George says, my God is still in control, and this has not caught him off guard. We can't know the wars in heavens or behind the scenes. When America turns back to God, nothing is impossible for him.
Absolutely. And Charlie, it's not like he didn't warn us about this, you know. He's been talking about it for thousands of years.
Yes, he has. Yes, he has.
James Tomlinson told us that I would like to think we can as a nation, but it's going to take some major overhauling if we can get him out of office, or them out of office. He has shown weakness in dealing with foreign powers, and I'm sure Russia, China, and Iran and North Korea are licking their chops right about now.
Don't you know it?
Oh, there's some action going on in these countries. Trump dealt from a position of power, and it worked. Biden is dealing from a position of weakness, and the final answer has not been seen yet. God help us all.
That's a very astute observation, James.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Well said, brother.
It really was. David Harvey said, I have serious doubts that we'll survive it. Ken Mason said no, and Syndematics said it is almost over. Cindy Gale Roberts Thomas agreed with David by saying, I too have very serious doubts.
Well, I mean, to think that a great nation would come to an end like that, it's too hard to
just
wrap your head
Look
around
at what
that, man.
Khrushchev predicted years ago.
That's right. Yeah, I laid a post up on that on Facebook. Toonie Haha said, good question. I think not. The true Americans, with mighty help of God and the willingness to get this country back to the way in which it was founded, is much needed to survive. Well said.
Very well said. Very well said. And that I'm still thinking about what you said a while ago, that Russia and Iran,
China.
or China and Iran,
All they need is Russia to jump on board
Oh, my
and
God.
look out.
turn out the lights, the party's over.
They're the ones sitting back rubbing their hands, licking their chops.
Oh, yeah.
They're being real quiet about all
That would be a scary, scary situation for the United States of America and all freedom-loving countries.
the free world as we used to know it.
Our friends over in Israel, they need to be on guard 24 hours a day, because
Yep.
you never know what's coming at you.
Yep.
I'm telling you.
They'll probably be the first to be hit if anybody gets hit. So.
Yeah, our prayers are always with our friends in the state of Israel.
Yep.
Erica K. Fultz told us, nope, we won't survive. He's been in office 2 months and already starting to ruin us. Mark Carrington agreed by saying, nope, we won't. And Jesse Warmley told us, if his first days in office are an indication of where we're going, then we have a major problem in this country.
Well, you could see that the first day he was in had that
How
big
many did he sign that
17
first day?
the first day
Executive orders?
that we know
Come
of.
on. Give me a
17. He
break.
was writing as fast as he could. Kelly Brazzi said, I think liberals will be in the modern day Japan from 1945. I fear all we have done is to awaken a sleeping giant and fill him with a terrible resolve. James Peterson said, now that is an interesting take on it, but James O'Donnell said there were a bunch of defeatists on this page. Really, James? Really?
Well, James, everyone has an opinion, including yourself, my friend.
Absolutely. I'll respect it, but
Absolutely.
but there again, really, James?
But I think that's an interesting observation that Kelly made, thinking that liberals will be the modern day Japan from 1945.
Well, we all know how that ended up.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Christina Marie Cornstubble said it is possible, but we're in for one hell of a ride.
Absolutely.
Brace yourselves. Yeah, really brace yourselves. Brace yourselves and be prepared for anything, folks. Once upon a time, we as a people made it without any kind of governing body.
Yeah.
I'm an optimist, so life is whatever you make it.
Yeah, Christina lives down in Rockport.
Yeah?
In fact, I think she's about to get remarried.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah, tell all our buddies we say, what's up down in Rockport.
This is a new subscriber, too.
LaRocca the Rock looked at it from a different standpoint when he said, can Biden survive 4 years? That's the real question.
Can he survive 4
That's
years?
right. Paulo Mera seemed to agree by saying, great point. How long will it take when we hear President Kamala Harris and Vice President Nancy Pelosi?
Oh, my God, that is a scary thought to me.
Whew.
Oh, Lord, have mercy on me.
Hurry up and run for the Senate there, Trump.
Oh, Lord, let's just get you back in, Donnie.
That's right.
Jeannie Wall said, I don't think so. We're struggling to survive his first 2 months as it is.
Yeah.
Sherry Scara, I hope I pronounced that right. Sherry Scara said, no, we can't. Dale Kocher said, nope. And Darren Stroyer said, hell no.
no, by God.
Why don't you tell us how you really feel there, Dale?
That's right. Jim Krause says, I don't believe that Creepy Joe can survive 4 years in the White House. Between the deep state, Harris, and Pelosi, he'll be out of office within the first year. Toby Allred agreed by saying, yep, it's not looking good.
It is not looking good.
And what is everybody saying? The first 101 days, on the 101st day, he's going to...
They'll plead the 25th.
Yeah, he'll
25th
plead
Amendment.
25th, and he'll stick his ass in an old folks' home and tell him he's still in the Oval Office. He won't know the difference.
You won't know the difference. That's true.
So your cabinet's all the way down this hall on both sides, okay?
That ain't even right, man. John Barry Smith said, I've enjoyed these opinions so far, but the question is Biden getting enough solid advice from his advisors on how to attack the problems? Are they keeping the opposing opinions from him?
Yes, they are.
That, my friends, is an interesting question.
And that's something that's crossed through my little half a brain cell too, Joe.
You know, stop and think about that for a minute. That could possibly be exactly the case, because right now, the way we're seeing it is being portrayed to us is that Kamala Harris is making all the decisions for Biden, and she's conducting all the talks with the foreign leaders.
Well,
that's a proven point.
That's coming from even way up above her in the foreign leaders. You know,
that's correct. So you wonder if Joe's even getting the information that he needs as our commander-in-chief to make the decisions that's going to be for the betterment of the United States, not from a liberal standpoint, but from the standpoint of taking care of all Americans.
Absolutely.
You know, that's just my thought on it.
Yeah. Well, and here's one, from a dear friend of mine, Cynthia Stout Waters. I've known her for quite a while, Facebook friend. Pretty sharp old gal, but Cynthia, I'm going to have to disagree with you slightly on this, but I am going to respect your opinion.
Yes, we're going to read it.
Cynthia Stout Waters finally gave an opinion from the Democratic point of view and said we would share every opinion, whether we agreed or not. Cynthia said Biden will work to pull America together again and to heal our country. Trump is the one who filled so many heads with lies, hate, and conspiracy theories. We're on a much better path now. Unfortunately, Republicans will fight against any progress the current administration tries to make. They don't want a united country.
Well, Cynthia, I respectfully disagree with your opinion, as probably do most of the people that have written in their opinions today.
Yeah.
And like I say, Pappy and I always tell you, even if you have an opposing view, we'll read it. I mean, it's your right as an American to be heard, but it's our right as an American to respectfully disagree if we don't.
And thank you, Cynthia, for having the kahunas as a Democrat to step up and voice your opinion.
Yeah, I wanna say
I do appreciate that.
I want to follow up that too, Pappy. You remember we gave the Democrats 2 weeks to tell us on our Facebook group page
Yeah.
the things that make their president so great?
So great, yeah.
What is he doing to better America from your viewpoint, and try to sell us on what he's doing? We didn't hear it, not one single,
No, we didn't.
not
Just a
one
bunch
single
of
opinion. So Cindy,
Cricket chirp.
Cynthia, I appreciate very much you having, like Pappy said, the cojones to write in an opposing viewpoint, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, we love that. about
kudos to you.
Yeah, she don't have a bit of problem stating her feelings, and I like that in a person.
I heard that.
Whether I agree with it or not, I love that about you.
I
so.
heard that.
Yeah, but let us hear from you more often, Cynthia. Who's up?
Marcia.
Marcia Lasher Derby took exception to Cynthia's post by saying, "You are so misinformed. You've listened and loved the media's lies. You need to open your eyes." Stephanie Williams told her, "Your comment comes from a profile with no post. Interesting. Clearly you are drinking the Kool-Aid with the free stuff in it." That's a little harsh, Marcia.
Come on.
I mean, Cynthia's a pretty cool old gal.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is.
But
That's Marcia's opinion.
that's Marcia's opinion.
Yeah, so we read them, good or bad, right here on the Grandpa and Pappy Show. Some of these make for good comedic lines, too. Terry Crow said, "No way will we survive. Judging from the way things are now, we'll all be in cages and living in squalor."
Not this cowboy.
And Billy J. Thomas said, "We will survive only if God allows it." Stephanie Williams said, "We won't survive a year into this crap."
That I'll disagree with. It's just like everybody's saying, it's going to be a rough road, but I think we'll come through this somehow. That's the way I was raised,
Yeah, as the old saying goes, put your boots and spurs on, hang on.
And keep your powder dry, by God. Marcy Lasher Derby says, "No, we can't. We need him gone this year. I pray that Trump gets the fraud exposed and comes back." Thomas Mays said that is an interesting point, but it'll never happen. The election results have already been certified.
Yeah, Thomas, I'm going to have to agree with you here. Marcia, that's a very interesting theory, but there's no way President Trump will be reinstated as President of the United States. Why? Because the election has been certified and gone through the Supreme Court. They certified it too, so there's nothing you can do about getting President Trump back into office this term. There's just no way.
No. Not to say that it couldn't happen, but with the procedures and steps that he'll have to go through to get there, it won't be.
I don't see it. I mean, constitutionally, there's no way he can come in there.
Yep.
If they remove Biden, then they'll go down to the next, which is Harris, and then Pelosi, and then Schumer, and all of this stuff. They'll just go right down the line, but it will not be a Republican as commander-in-chief for the next 4 years. I mean, just face it, it's not going to happen.
Maybe for not the next 8 years.
I quit watching Walt Disney movies long ago with all the fairy tales, and that's what it is. I mean, folks, Trump is not going to be your president in this 4-year term. He's not.
No.
So get that out of your mind. Let's look forward to.
But he could very well
2024.
He could very well have the possibility of being the leader of the next revolution. So.
Conspiracy theory.
By
Spreading
God.
rumors here.
That's right. Y'all want to stir some stink up? By God, we're good at it.
Yeah, well, one of us is anyway.
Yeah.
Our friend Tim Adcock said, "We can't survive 1 year." But Shirley Mills said, "I'm not sure, but I know it ain't going to be easy." And Robert Kobos said, "I think revolution is coming."
There you go.
Well, there you go, Pappy. That just kind of reinforces what you just said a few seconds ago.
Yeah, Donald's being Trump, or Donald's being quiet, so the Trumpster's up to something. Jimmy Waldy said, "Of course we will. The real challenge is to rebuild in 4 years." Sam Holmes said, "Not even in 2 years." Kamala, 2 months. Tanya Vincent said, "Absolutely not." Jacob Garcia said, "A big fat no," and Susan Saunders said, "It is strongly doubtful." By God.
God.
That's all I can say about that.
And finally today, Jerry Blum said, I survived 8 years of Obama, and I'm airborne.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what that means, Jerry, but
His ass is floating over his head, I think.
oh, well, whatever that means.
Well,
But
it was day before yesterday, anyway.
I got you. Jeff Ray said, oh, God, no. You won't last that long, I hate to say, but it doesn't look good for him. And Sandy Layla Armistead said, not unless the American people start fighting back.
Bingo. That's hitting the nail on the head.
Yeah.
When the silent majority is no longer silent and start doing something about it, only then and not until then will we get our country back. So.
I had a very interesting invitation or conversation with Eddie Dixon yesterday, which I'll go into here in a minute. What you got there, Special K?
So did I.
Well, now I forgot.
Okay, should I turn your mic off?
No, let me think.
Is it time to play your cricket noise?
Well, what I was going to say is the American people are trying to fight back, but the mainstream media and all your mainstream channels aren't showing anybody that.
Well, that's correct.
And if part of people that lean left would just listen and go to other news channels to see maybe the other side of the story, it might make things a little bit better. But silent majority is silent for a reason. It's because the tech gurus are making it that way.
Well,
That's
it's the
true.
media that started stirring shit up to begin with. So,
And that's very interesting that President Trump has made his own site now, and you can go to it by just going to 45office.com. 45office.com.
have you perused that site yet?
I have, yeah. I issued an invitation for the president to be on our show.
Well, I think
And
I'll just come on in.
I got a response. I'm sure it's a canned response that my request would be turned over to the president for consideration.
Well, by God, at
there you go.
least we're in there somewhere, huh?
Yeah, and back during the campaign, the Trump re-election campaign became members of the Grandpa and Pappy Show.
They
You remember
did. Oh, I remember it quite well. It took me 2 months to make that happen.
That's right. Let's see what some of you said on our viewer comment section for today. Bob Baker had a comment on our show about investigating George Soros. Bob said Soros owns the investigators.
That's right.
So who's going to investigate?
Well, God's probably
Bob, I love it.
God's probably the only person with the power to.
And
to
we're
invoke
trying.
that.
We're still trying to get technical things worked out so that we can get with Bob Baker out in West Texas.
Yeah.
He always has some great opinions on things going on today, and we're going to try to get him on a show as a special panelist.
You know, he's one of them old boys like we grew up with. He sat out on the porch, a piece of straw hanging out of his mouth, and a hole in his cowboy hat, whittling. You know, kind of like Uncle Jed. You know,
Yeah.
got all that word. Doggies. Bobby Mitchell said he has a solution to resolve the border crisis. Simply put all the illegals in bases and send them to
Buses.
buses. I'm sorry, and send them to every blue state in America and drop about 50,000 at the gates of the Capitol building and White House. It's your problem now. You deal with it.
I like that. I really do.
But that mean, I mean, even that's kind of comical to me with it. Yeah. But Bobby, I mean, what we're trying to do is keep them out.
Yeah, that's
Bring
true.
them in, you know.
We want to welcome Brandon Brazell to the Grandpa and Pappy family. Thank you very much for the subscription. He's a new subscriber to the show.
Welcome aboard, brother.
Michael Gray also said he just found our show and finds it intriguing that we even allow people to say what is on their minds instead of blocking them.
Yeah.
It's refreshing for a change.
It is.
That's what the show is all about.
Yeah, and Brandon, it was a pure joy meeting you and your sweetheart. They both used to work up at Flips, little place she knows something about.
Yeah.
And finally, but not last but not least, Paul Myerson said your show on the national debit was great. How much more money is the Democrats going to spend of our money? Someone needs to get a hold of them and make them stop bankrupting America.
Ain't it so?
And who's that going to be?
So.
Who's that going to be?
Hey, we thank you for all of your opinions and your
we do.
comments today. And if you have an or an opinion or a subject for a show like Julie did today,
Absolutely.
it's very easy for you to do. Right over my shoulder there, you can send us an email and just send it to grandpaandpappy@gmail.com.
That's a good way to get started, right?
That's
there.
right. Or
you can simply hit us up on directly on our show website page, which can be found at www.grandpaandpappy.com. That's grandpa and the letter N pappy.com.
that's correct.
And where you'll see this big red button magically appear. Just push it. Put in a password, subscribe.
It's just that simple.
We're numbers driven. You'll see 2 or 3 buttons on there when you get there. I mean, you can watch any one of our previous shows, the 140 prior to this one. And, you can leave comments. Thumb us up, thumb us down, thumb us all around. Give us a show topic, just like my amigo said. We love hearing from you guys on show topics.
Yeah, go to our Facebook group page where you can see a lot of these opinions before they even hit the air with us.
Yeah, even the unedited ones.
Even the unedited ones.
I learn a new dirty word every day.
Ain't it so? Hey, thank you guys very much for joining us
we
today.
appreciate you guys.
We'll be
Y'all
back
rock.
with you a little bit later in the week with a brand new show and a brand new topic.
Yeah.
And we hope you'll join us for that.
Keep them cards and letters coming on.
In the meantime, we tell you to reach out, grab a hold of your kids, give them a big old hug, and let them know you love them.
Smooch some of that hide off that forehead from the Grandpa and Pappy show, because we love them too, by God.
Right here, you could very well said. Until we see you next time, everybody take care of each other.
Yeah.
God bless you, and God bless our great country, America.
Have a good week.
See you then. Bye-bye.